The rain hit the window like it was trying to get in, desperate and wild. I sat on the floor of my bedroom, knees pulled to my chest, still wearing the black dress from earlier that night. I hadn't changed. I hadn't moved. Not since Rayan walked out. Again, I brought your favorite, Alia said softly, holding out a cup of hot cocoa. Her voice was gentle, almost afraid to break whatever was left of me. I looked up. Thanks, I whispered, taking it with trembling hands. She sat beside me without asking. She never had to. Alia always knew where to be. He didn't deserve you, she said. I scoffed. Then why does it still hurt like hell? She placed her hand over mine. Because you gave him parts of you he didn't earn. I blinked back tears. He made me feel like I was hard to love. Her grip tightened. You are not hard to love. Silence hung between us, thick like the storm outside. I keep replaying it, I murmured. That look on his face, like I was the burden, like I ruined everything. Alia leaned her head on my shoulder. You didn't ruin anything. He did. He was never strong enough to love someone like you. I felt her warmth against me, steady, grounding. Her words settled in my chest, heavy and soothing all at once. I wish I could forget him, I said. Then forget him, she whispered. Remember me instead. I turned to look at her. Her face was closer than I expected. Her eyes, a shade darker in the dim light, searched mine like she was waiting for permission. Alia, I breathed. I'm here. I'm always here, she said. I promised, remember? No matter what happens, I stand with you. You said that before. And then I broke. And you stayed. She nodded slowly. And I'll stay again. As many times as you need. The thunder cracked in the distance. My hands trembled again, not from sadness this time, but from something else. Something unspoken. Something I couldn't name yet. Her fingers brushed my cheek. You're freezing. I leaned into her touch without thinking. I feel like I'm unraveling. Then let me hold the pieces, she said, and she did. She wrapped her arms around me, pulling me close like I might shatter if she let go. I sank into her, burying my face in her neck, breathing in the scent of rain and vanilla. Her hands moved slowly, one on my back, the other resting at my waist. We didn't say anything for a while, but something in the silence spoke louder than words. Her heartbeat was steady against mine, but her breath hitched. Just once, just enough. My lips were inches from her collarbone. Alia, I whispered again, not really knowing why. I know, she said, even though I hadn't asked anything. When I looked up, her eyes weren't soft anymore, they were burning, and then she kissed my forehead, gently, tenderly, like she was afraid of scaring me. But when she didn't pull away, and I didn't either, something shifted between us. I let my fingers graze her arm. What are we doing? She didn't move. Something we won't talk about tomorrow. I closed my eyes. But I need this. Tonight, then take it, she whispered. And I did. We didn't cross any obvious lines. No fireworks. No declarations. Just two souls tangled in grief, finding shelter in each other's warmth. Her arms stayed around me long after the storm quieted. Long after my breathing slowed, I drifted off like that, held and safe. When I woke up, she was still beside me, still fully clothed, still watching me like I might disappear if she blinked. Morning, I mumbled, throat dry. She smiled faintly. Did you sleep okay? I nodded. Better than I have in weeks. She reached up and tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. Good. And just like that, she stood and grabbed her bag. No mention of the embrace. No talk of last night. Like nothing happened. But I felt it. Something had changed between us. Inside me. As she walked to the door, she paused. I meant it, she said without turning around. Meant what? That I'll never choose him over you. I stared at her. My heart wanted to believe her. Promise? I asked. She turned her head slightly, just enough for me to see the soft smile on her face. I already did. And then she was gone. I sat there for a long time after, staring at the spot she had just left. Maybe we were crossing a line. Maybe we already had. But in that moment, I didn't care, because she promised, and I believed her. Hey, where were you earlier? I asked, pretending to scroll through my phone, my voice calm. Too calm, Alia didn't look up from her coffee. Work. Why? You didn't answer my texts, she shrugged. Left my phone in the car. You know how I get when I'm rushing. Something in her tone felt off, like she was reading from a script she'd rehearsed. I saw Ryan today, I said. That got her attention. She looked up. Oh, at the bookstore. Weird, right? He said he was just browsing. She took a slow sip. That is weird. I stared at her, waiting for something else. An explanation. A slip. But she just stirred her coffee like she hadn't just lied to me with her whole face. Do you still talk to him? I asked. No, she said, too fast. God, no, why would I? I don't know. Maybe because he's suddenly everywhere I go. She set her cup down a little too hard. You think I'm spying on you with him now? I didn't say that. You didn't have to. I leaned forward. Then just tell me the truth, she blinked. I am. But she wasn't. It was a Thursday when I saw them. I wasn't even supposed to be home. But my meeting got cancelled, and I decided to take the long way through the garden behind the cafe. That's when I heard her laugh. The one only I used to get. Light and careless. The kind that made you forget the world was falling apart. I followed the sound, quiet as breath, and then I saw them, Alia. Ryan, she touched his arm. He smiled. Too familiar. Too close. Her hand stayed there for a second too long. I stepped back so fast I hit the hedge behind me. Neither of them heard. My heart pounded so loud I thought they would. I left before I could throw up. That night, I didn't knock. I walked into her apartment like I had 1,000 times before. She was in the kitchen, barefoot, hair up in a bun, like nothing had happened. Where were you this afternoon? I asked, voice sharp. She turned, confused. Or pretending to be. At work. Liar. Her face froze. I saw you, I said. By the garden wall. She didn't speak. With him, Alia. With Ryan. I didn't. Don't lie to me again. She exhaled shakily. It's not what you think. Oh, really? Because it looked exactly like what I think. She stepped closer. He just showed up. We talked. That's it. You touched him. It was nothing. Reflex. I laughed bitterly. You used to say the same thing when you comforted me. Was that a reflex too? She swallowed hard. You're twisting it. No, you're twisting me. I'd never do that to you. You already are. Her eyes shimmered. It's complicated. No, it's actually very simple. You promised to stand with me, and now you're standing with him. It was one conversation. Then why didn't you tell me? She paused, and that pause screamed louder than any confession. I didn't want to hurt you. Too late. She reached for my hand. I pulled it away. Do you still love him? I asked. Her mouth opened. Nothing came out. Alia, I don't know, she said quietly. That broke something in me. Then get out, I said, voice low. Leave. This is my place. Then I'll leave. I grabbed my bag and walked toward the door. Wait, she called. Please. I turned around. You kissed him, didn't you? Her lips parted. Before she could answer, I heard it, the softest gasp escape her, and she didn't deny it. I walked out without another word. People clapped as I walked toward the stage, but the sound felt distant, muted, like I was underwater. My heart thudded against my ribs, but not from nerves, from something else, something wrong. I saw them before I saw anything else. Her hand dot in his. Alia, Ryan, standing together, front row, smiling like they belonged there, like they hadn't burned my world down and lit cigarettes off the ashes. I froze mid-step. Are you okay? Nayla whispered, just behind me. I blinked. My mouth went dry. I can't. Hey, look at me, she said softly. Breathe, but I couldn't, because Alia saw me, saw my shock, saw my pain, and didn't even flinch. She held his hand tighter. My vision blurred. I turned and ran, through the side curtain, down the hallway, into the storage room behind the gallery, where no one could see me break. Wait, Alia's voice echoed behind me. Please don't walk away. I spun around. Why are you here with him? She closed the door behind her. Because I couldn't stay away, I laughed bitterly. You mean he couldn't? He loves me, she said, as if that justified anything. He told me everything. How he regrets hurting you. Did he regret it while he was lying to my face? While he was calling me crazy for suspecting him? I didn't mean for this to happen. Stop saying that. I snapped. You kissed him, Alia. You chose him. I didn't plan it, but you didn't stop it. She stepped forward. You don't understand. No, I do. I understand perfectly. You wanted him. You got him. I didn't want to hurt you. Then why are you still holding his hand in front of me like I'm nothing? She bit her lip. You're not nothing, really? Because I feel like I was just the warm-up act. Her face crumbled. Don't say that. You said you'd stand with me. I did. I was there when he left you. And then you picked up the pieces he dropped. Tears welled in her eyes. I didn't think it would go this far. It always goes this far when you lie to someone's face and sleep with the man who shattered her. I didn't sleep with him. Do you want a medal for that? She stepped back, breath shaky. I came here to support you by dragging him along like a trophy. I thought maybe if you saw us together, it'd hurt less. That stopped me. Hurt less? I whispered. You wanted me to see it? To watch you hand him my heart like it was spare change? No, that's not what I meant. I slapped her. The sound cracked louder than the applause had. She touched her cheek in shock. I deserved that. I backed away. You deserve worse. She reached for me. Please, I never stopped loving you. My throat tightened. Then why'd you throw me away? I didn't. Yes, you did. I walked to the door and grabbed the handle. Where are you going? She asked, voice shaking. Away from this version of you. Please, you don't get to beg now. The door creaked open, and there was Nayla. She didn't speak. She just looked at me, and I nodded once. She stepped aside. We walked out together. I haven't seen you in 3 days, Nayla said, standing in my doorway with a bag of groceries. I sat on the couch, still in the same hoodie. Didn't feel like being seen. You've been surviving on coffee and silence. Both are overrated, I muttered. She walked in uninvited, just like always. So self-pity. Is this a pep talk or a roast? Depends on if you're ready to hear the truth. I looked at her. Really looked. Calm. Steady. No judgment. Just waiting. I saw them, I said finally. At my show. Her hand in his. I know, she said. I was there, and you didn't stop me from breaking down? You needed to shatter. Now you need to build, I snorted. With what? All my pieces are sharp. Good. Use them. Her words settled in my bones. Not warm, not cruel, just true. She placed a worn notebook on the table. What's this? Your old journal. Found it when I was helping clean out your studio last year. I opened it, hesitant. The ink was faded, but the words screamed off the page. No one will ever break me again. I stared at it. My fingers trembled. I forgot I wrote that, but it's still in you, she said. I don't feel strong. Strength doesn't feel like fireworks. Sometimes it feels like getting out of bed. I leaned back. What would you do if you were me? I'd let karma take her sweet time, but I'd set the stage for her entrance. I raised an eyebrow. You think I should get revenge? I think you should reclaim your story. How? She smiled faintly. Start painting again. I looked at the empty canvases leaning against the wall. I don't know what to say anymore. Then let your silence speak. That night, I picked up my brush, not for healing, for fire. I painted what they did to me, their lies, their touches, their betrayal, but abstract. Angry colors, broken symmetry. I poured everything into those canvases. Grief, rage, hope. Every stroke was a step toward becoming someone else, someone powerful. I saw your new work online, Nayla said a few days later. It's raw, bold, pain looks good on canvas. I said. She studied me. He's been calling you, I nodded. And I haven't answered. Alia came to the gallery yesterday. I froze. Why? She asked if you'd forgiven her. What did you say? I told her forgiveness is earned. And you don't owe her a damn thing, I smirked. Thank you. She also asked if you were okay. I tilted my head. Did you lie? No, that made me pause. You're not okay, she continued, but you're not broken. That matters. The next day, I started planning, not for revenge that screamed, for revenge that whispered. I contacted Mira, my gallery manager. I want to do a private showing. Theme, she asked. Duality. The beauty in betrayal. She smiled through the phone. Sounds dangerous. It is. I hung up and stared at my latest piece, two figures intertwined, one holding a knife behind her back, the other bleeding but smiling, titled She Promised. I'm not going to ruin their lives, I told Nayla later that week. But I'm going to make sure they watch me rise from the fire they started. Just don't burn yourself in the process. I won't. She handed me a USB. This has voice recordings. From Rayan. Stuff you should have heard months ago. I hesitated. Why now? Because truth is fuel. And you're ready. I plugged it in that night. His voice filled the room. She thinks I love her, but she's just easy to control. She wants someone to worship her scars. I'll give her that until I'm bored. I didn't cry. I smiled. Let karma take her time. I'll light the path for her. You invited me? Rayan asked, stepping into the gallery like he owned the air in the room. I smiled softly. Private showing. I thought you might appreciate the intimacy. He looked around at the dim lights and bold canvases. No, Alia. Didn't extend her an invite. He tilted his head. Why not? I wanted honesty in the room. He flinched. Just slightly. But I caught it. I led him to the painting at the center. Two lovers locked in a violent embrace, hands twisted in hair, mouths open in pain and passion. One figure had blood dripping from the lips. The other held a match. Interesting, he muttered. You see it? What? The moment love becomes war. He exhaled slowly. You painted us. I looked at him, deadpan. Did I? His jaw clenched. He looked away. Score one. A week later, he messaged me. Can we talk? I waited an hour, then replied. Sure. Wine or coffee? He chose wine. He always chose wine. You look different, he said when we met at the rooftop bar. Better or worse? He smirked. Dangerous. I sipped my drink. You always liked that about me. He leaned closer. I still do. I let him look, let him remember, let him believe. We started taking walks again. He'd send late-night texts. I'd respond. Slowly, carefully. He kissed me once outside the studio. I didn't flinch. I didn't melt. I kissed back, but my mind was miles away, painting his downfall with every touch. You miss me? He whispered. I miss being seen, I replied. He didn't know what to do with that. Nayla watched it unfold. You're playing with fire. I know. Careful not to burn your own fingers. I wear gloves now. Rayan started acting differently, pulling away from Alia, showing up unannounced, buying me flowers he used to give her. I didn't place them in water. I let them die on the counter. She's been distant, he told me once. Maybe she senses something, I said, tilting my head. She's paranoid. Maybe she has reason to be. He stared at me. I smiled. Then came the knock, late, loud, unhinged. I opened the door and found Alia, mascara streaked, rage in her eyes. What the hell are you doing? She shouted. Hello to you too. Don't play coy. I saw your messages. The late-night calls. He's mine. I stepped aside. Come in. You'll wake the neighbors. She stormed in. I trusted you. I never asked for that. She stood trembling in the middle of my living room. Are you trying to ruin me? No, I said calmly. You already did that yourself. You're manipulating him like. You manipulated me? Her voice cracked. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. She folded her arms. You think you're winning? I walked to the kitchen. Tea? Are you serious right now? I pulled 2 mugs from the cabinet. You like jasmine, right? She didn't answer. I poured the hot water. Calm, steady. She washed, breath ragged. I placed the cup in front of her. Then I sat, and I looked her dead in the eyes. You have a choice, I said quietly. She flinched. What? Walk away now. Or stay and watch what I do next. Her eyes widened. You wouldn't, I smiled. You don't even know what I'm capable of. Silence, heavy, sharp. She didn't take the tea. She stormed out instead. I sat alone in the quiet and sipped my cup. Cold, bitter, perfect. Did you hear? Nayla's voice buzzed through my phone, sharp with excitement. Hear what? I asked, feigning disinterest as I stirred my tea. Alia, fired. Effective immediately. I blinked, but my voice stayed even. Why? Anonymous email. Attached files, voice notes, internal memos. It exposed everything: her manipulating clients, backstabbing coworkers, taking credit for teamwork. It's bad. My lips curled just slightly. Sounds like karma finally caught up. Nayla paused. You didn't. I didn't do anything, I said softly. I just reminded karma where to look. 2 days later, Rayan went silent. Investor pulled out. He had texted before disappearing completely. Why? I had asked, pretending not to know. No clue. Just said something about credibility concerns. I knew the truth. Someone leaked his history screenshots, whispers, proof of how charm was just his mask. No names, no trails, just echoes, and now silence. So when I heard the knock again, hard, rapid, I already knew. I opened the door. Alia stood there, hair tangled, eyes swollen, shoulders shaking. I didn't know where else to go. She whispered. I stepped back. Then why are you here? She walked in like a ghost, like someone who'd finally seen the wreckage in her rearview. I lost everything, she said. Job, friends. My name's a punchline now, I know. Her lips trembled. Was it you? I tilted my head. Why would it be? She collapsed onto the couch. I don't know who I am anymore. You were always someone else to begin with. She looked up. I thought I was the strong one. I thought I had control. I stayed silent. She breathed in hard. But I miss you. That cracked something. Something small. Something stupid, because for a second, I saw us at 16. Pinky promises. Shared lipstick. Laughter in the rain. And then I saw the betrayal. Her lips on Rayan's. Her lies. Her choice. My heart hardened again. I wrote you a letter once, I said. She blinked. What? Years ago. When we were still us. Before you broke it all. I walked to the drawer and pulled it out, faded, creased, still heavy with unsaid words. I never sent it, I said, but I kept it. Want to hear? She nodded slowly. I sat across from her and unfolded the paper. My voice was steady as I read. Dear Alia, I don't believe loyalty is a burden. I believe it's a choice you make every day, even when it's hard, even when it hurts. I see you the way you smile when no one else does, the way you carry pain like it's just part of life. And I trust you with mine, because love isn't just hearts and butterflies. It's war, and I want you on my side. Her eyes welled up. Stop, I kept going. If I ever matter to you, hold me when I can't hold myself. Defend me when I'm not in the room. And never, ever make me doubt where you stand. Silence, heavy, raw. I looked at her, then I tore the letter in half. Again, and again, until it was just scraps of paper on the floor. Her voice was barely a whisper. I'm sorry, I know. She wiped her face. Can we fix it? No. But I needed you when I shattered. You stood with him instead. She bit her lip. I thought he loved me, and I thought you did. She broke again. Right there on my couch. I stood up. You should go, please, Alia. Go. She didn't fight, just stood slowly, wiped her eyes, and walked out. I locked the door behind her, then leaned against it, eyes closed, not out of pain, but peace, finally. The lights were warm this time, not blinding like they used to be, just soft, like sunrise through cracked windows. People moved through the gallery in hushed awe, their voices murmuring admiration as they paused in front of each painting. This one, a woman whispered behind me, it's like she's bleeding hope. I smiled quietly. She got it. The collection was raw. No more metaphors. Just healing. Just truth. wound stitched in brushstrokes, forgiveness layered in color, but the centerpiece, that was mine, the one I'd fought myself to finish. I called it, she promised, a figure with outstretched hands, one burning, one healing. Behind her, shadows of two faces, one blurred, one screaming. And in the corner, barely visible, torn paper, people stared for long moments. Some teared up, some walked away silently. But no one left untouched. Alina? I turned. Nayla. She looked proud, emotional, a little undone. I'm so proud of you, she said, pulling me into a hug. This show, it's everything. I finally painted what I needed to say. She touched my arm, and people heard. You. Just then, I saw her, Alia, back of the room, hair tied messily, eyes swollen, fingers curled around ripped pieces of old paper. My letter. I met her gaze, steady. She didn't move, didn't cry, didn't smile. She just held the scraps like they were holy. Nayla followed my eyes. Do you want me to know? I said gently. Let her be. I took a breath, then walked past her. She opened her mouth like she might say something, but I didn't stop, not out of anger, not anymore. I'd already said everything I needed to paint in silence in the life I'd rebuilt. Some apologies come too late. Some letters never need replies. Outside, the air felt different. Cool, free. A man approached me, holding a notepad. Miss Reyes? That last painting, she promised, is it about heartbreak? I thought for a second. No, I said. It's about survival. He jotted that down, smiling. Powerful. Thank you. I nodded and moved away, down the quiet sidewalk where it had all started years ago. Same gallery, same city. But I wasn't the same girl back then. I had stood here trembling, wondering if I was enough, if my art would speak louder than my fear. Tonight, I stood tall, whole, and behind me, inside those walls, a version of me still lived in paint and canvas. But the real me? I was walking forward, finally,